Lee Thomas, Fox 2, Detroit. What's up, fellas?
All right.
Hey, man, I want to jump right in, not waste a moment. So I'm going to start with you, Don, then Benicio, I'll get to you. I promise. Don. So Don Cheadle plays Curtis Goins, but there is a Donald Goins that is very famous Detroit novelist. He was a pimp. He was a hustler. He was all the things your character is. Did you base it? Is this based on him?
No. I think it was a name that cleared. You know, that's you always have to come up with the names that clear. But yeah, I know his work. But
cool.
Yeah, but this was yeah. You should check out his work. But it's no, it was just sort of one of those happy coincidences that that Curtis was also a homeboy from that time and that era.
Yeah, yes, indeed. And Benicio, now your character Ronald Rousseau. Rousseau has connections to the name, has connections to a lot of things, including organized crime. And there is an engineer in Detroit working for one of the big three right now named Ronald Rousseau. Is there connection right here?
Look at
you are a detective.
Research. Lee's in
there. Yeah, I know I didn't know, and I'm glad to know now.
Yeah, it's so much Detroit in the DNA of this movie. It just made me smile. Can you guys talk about some of the locations you shot? Because the Fisher building unto itself, the Fisher brothers were big in the auto industry. They got bought out by GM. There's so much American history that is Detroit's history in this film. It just made me smile watching it. Don, did you feel that when you were on set at some of these great locations?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Detroit is another character in this movie. And the fact that, so many places, and sometimes for better or for worse, depending on how you want to look at it, are still from that era. Neighborhoods that have in some ways gone unchanged architecturally, and that a lot of those places have been preserved, allowed us to just kind of show up and not have to do a lot of dressing, the old cars, the streets, even sometimes the shrubs in front of the houses, just put us in a time and a place that was great. And Detroit really opened their arms to us, and it was very welcoming. And we were really lucky to be able to be in that location and do this job.
Yeah, there were so many great buildings. But where we shot the scene with Matt Damon, that place is called, I think it's called the Detroit Club.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that building is incredible. It's a landmark. I think it's being protected, but it's a beautiful building. It's incredible.
Yeah, you guys were in so many places. Grosse Pointe, Rosedale Park. You guys touched on so many parts of it. But let's talk about the story, Benicio. This is something special to me. Did you know that when you read the script?
No, I didn't know the story of the automobile industry and or the object that Maltese Falcon that we're all after. No, I didn't know about it, and it's unbelievable. And kudos to Ed Solomon, the writer, who was able to orchestrate this great story around this, and so there's truth to it. It's just very cool.
Well, you guys are back in Detroit for a moment through me, through the station. Any shout outs you want to give to anybody, anytime you had here? Start with you, Don.
Well, I just want to say in general, shout out to the city. It was a return for me and Steven because we shot out of sight all around that location. So it was great to return with a movie like this. That's another thriller, cool, a noir movie. I guess it could be, Out of Sight 1.0 or 2.0, 30 years prior to that. I don't know, however you want to categorize it, but it was great to return. And just like before, the city was a great atmosphere, and it's a place, my wife was out there. She was like, this is a great city. We got to walk around a lot. We stayed down by the stadium. Downtown. It's a real cool spot.
Yeah, it's great. We had a blast. We had a blast. Yeah.
All right, guys. They say that's my time. Always a pleasure to talk with you both. I love the movie, and congrats.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.